Welcome all to a very special episode of Waaaay Offsides Live. It is our annual Waaaay Offsides Spooktacular. We're going to talk about everything that's terrifying about college football tonight. I know a lot of you are probably watching.
I was trying to get a little
I don't even know where that
effect there.
came from.
I was trying to get a little effect there when you said spooky. I was trying to.
No, I like it. Let's try to. You want to try it again? Ready?
No, it's all right. We don't want to lose anybody.
Okay.
We don't want Lance to come on here and start yelling at us.
Yeah. Talk football.
Getting bored.
Like 2 Lance is going to be really bad during the watch back.
What's up, Tim?
Yeah, welcome.
Rad in the house. Cat.
Roll Tide. You jamming.
That's my buddy Brad. What's up, Brad?
Tim, what's going on, guys? I hope everybody is having a spectacular week. Oh, and there's right on cue.
There he is.
Now hit the sound effect. I hope that everybody is having a fantastic, wonderful week. We got a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot going on. I don't know where to start.
There's a lot going on.
How's your week going, Jeff?
The week's going well. I like bye weeks. After a grind like that, we need a week off. The fans probably as much as the players do to heal up. I know the players got to heal up bumps and bruises. We got to heal up our mind and soul after a few of those games coming down like that. So,
absolutely.
That South Carolina game took a couple of years off of me. Down 8 with 3 minutes left. I was not feeling great about the sitch. But, you got to win games that you play bad. So here we go.
There's a few names missing. And then there'll definitely Jeff told me before we started that we should leave the tombstones throughout the rest of the season and just continuously add them as the coaching carousel kicks up. Speaking of coaching carousel, we're going to talk about that.
I'm on Lance too. I'm with you there.
We're going to talk about that in a second too. Cat, up and down. Up and down.
You mean is he having a code brown?
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about that? Hey, man.
This is one of those. He goes, I'll be right back.
I'll tell Jeff pre-show, hey, man, if I just turn my camera off,
if I just dip,
I'll come back.
Roll with it.
All right.
I'm with you,
yeah. So let's talk about that game a little bit this weekend. Lance brings up Coach Cap, who a lot of people are kind of wondering and unhappy about. Alabama's offensive line looked like it regressed a lot at South Carolina. I want to remind everybody before we start this conversation, South Carolina is billed as a really bad team, and that's not incorrect, but understand that they had a lot of folks injured that they got back for that game coming off of a bye week, and it was South Carolina's offense that had been struggling. Their defense has actually been playing pretty well. Alabama had basically faced I saw a graphic today. Per conference, Alabama has faced 9 of the SEC's best pass rushers already this season. God. One of those was at South Carolina. So this is why everybody felt like this was the perfect game for them to lose, right?
It's easy to pick that. Easy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we didn't do our tackles any favors. You know, we had 5-step drops, long routes. You know, none of those, several of those plays, not to the very end on the last drive, were they designed for Ty to take, a shuffle up in the pocket and get a clear look. The play action stuff, those 5-step drops, those ends get a straight line to the quarterback. They don't have to do a move hardly at all.
Yeah.
So our tackles struggled, but we did not put them in the best position to adhere to their strengths, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then if you go back and kind of watch, the tackles definitely weren't great, but the interior of the line struggled a lot in this game. And that was pretty surprising to me. Parker Brailsford didn't have the best outing, and he's been money since he's been in Tuscaloosa. I don't have an answer other than, first of all, obviously you got to there's some fatigue. Without a doubt, there's definitely some fatigue. That was a brutal stretch, 4 to 5 game stretch that Alabama went through that nobody else in the country has gone through. Folks can say what they want to about that South Carolina game. As well, they haven't been consistent all year. They were going to have a meltdown at some point. I'm just happy it happened in the game where Alabama ended up winning.
Well, don't let the 3-5 record fool you. Like you said, they're getting judged in a vacuum. Just that, Alabama struggled with a 3-4 team. Anybody's would have gone in that night and struggled against the speed of that defense. There's a reason that South Carolina hadn't been given up 60 points a game.
Yeah, and Tim, no, no, I disagree with this. Oklahoma will be the best in terms of edge rushers. The best defense overall that we're going to play. No one's talking about this, but it's going to be Auburn. Auburn's defense. If you guys have not, I hate Auburn just as much as you do, but I also their record is only what it is because their offense is abysmal. Their defense is they might have the best defense in the country, if not one of the best defenses in the country. But don't let Oklahoma and what's been going on with them fool you either. Their defense is still very, very good. I think it's a toss-up between Oklahoma and Missouri, who will be the best overall pass rushers or edges that we played. But I do hope you're right, Tim, because I am tired of playing really good defenses, man.
So, in conference play, Alabama's defense is giving up 101 points.
Yeah.
Any guess on what Auburn's defense is giving up? The best defense in the country or in the league? 107. 107. Really? For the whole season, we've given up 146. Auburn has given up 149. So we are
call me out.
Scoring better than the best defense in the SEC.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you go watch Auburn, you'll catch it. You'll understand why
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just wanted you to be
like,
clear
no,
on that.
Just making you look like an idiot in front of God.
If you step back and look at the numbers, they're not that big a gap. We just give up a couple of gash plays, and so the narrative is that we aren't very good. But
Tim,
our defense has been money lately.
Yeah, Tim, you're absolutely right about that. I agree with you. I don't trust Auburn secondary either, but their pass rush and their defensive line is extremely good, and it covers up a lot in that secondary. And Alabama's going to struggle mightily if the offensive line can't get it together like they did at South Carolina. Ty's going to have to make plays under constant pressure. I think going back to Alabama, to Lance's point here, the big issue with Alabama's offensive line is the fact that in run, they can't get out. Dude, they can't push anybody.
No push.
I did a video last week and took some stills from the game, from a couple of running plays that Alabama ran. And in each one, from the moment the ball snapped, the linemen are standing up. They don't move. There's no forward progression from any of the offensive linemen on run plays. It's a big problem. Yeah,
it's mind-boggling. Hell, what's his name? Wound up on his ass in the first play of the Tennessee game.
I'm curious, like, at what point does Alabama just say, forget constantly trying to run it on first down? I understand that's what you want them to do, but at what point do we go, okay, it's not going to work?
Try something else. Stop going jam A gap, jam B gap, then it's 3rd and 12. You know, it's like they start running toss sweeps with Daniel Hill. He's getting 8-9 yards because the linemen that can't push, they can pull out and put their hands on somebody there. So that toss sweep that we started with Daniel Hill, Brailsford comes out there clean, wipes out 2 people, 9-yard gain. Like, let's try something else. But these jam A-gap plays are just wasting downs, and it's like killing momentum. You know, we have our foot on their throat. And what do? With 3 runs up the middle and punt. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, coming out of halftime, it's like it must be chiseled in stone somewhere that the first 2 plays of halftime have to be runs up the middle, regardless of the situation of the game. I don't care if you just pick 6 the ball right before half. We're coming out and going run up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what. Like, we need to get off of that.
Well, what really got me specifically in the South Carolina games, Alabama drives down the field, right? They're on the goal line. They pull the running backs out and hand the ball off to Caden Proctor, who, of course, doesn't score.
That was not on the goal line. That was on the 4-yard line.
Well, you know what I mean.
Way too far out.
Yeah, but either way, my point is that they weren't confident, and that wasn't for novelty. That was because they weren't able to do anything else on the ground. So that the thought, I guess, was just, why not try it? And
your linemen have to block for that play to work.
Yeah,
which they did not do on that play.
It's incredibly frustrating, and it's problematic, I think. I think that kind of led to Alabama's offense thawing out, like to Jeff's point, because Alabama wants to be stubborn about running the football, and I understand that, especially when you're trying to set up.
My gosh. And he went down at the 7 immediately.
Yeah. Alabama wants to run the ball. They want to be stubborn about it. Play action sets up with running the ball, but it just, something is not working, man.
I think it's a combination of things.
It's just, I'm sure it is. I talked to Clint about that, and is it the running backs? Is it the offensive line? Is it the play calling? What is it? Obviously, it's a combination of all that. But in your mind, Jeff, what do you see?
I think we can't keep plugging the same gap if we're not getting any push there or opening any holes there. So if we want to continue to try to establish the run, we should try to mix it up a little. Maybe a misdirection, a counter, maybe a couple of toss sweeps. It doesn't always have to be shotgun zone read up the middle. That's not our only running play. We've got these running backs have strengths that don't involve just putting your head down and plunging up near your lineman's butt. That's the jam play. When he bounces it outside, when he does, there's positive things usually happen, but it's rare because he's so tunnel visioned in his vision that he goes head down into the lineman's butt.
Yeah. And it's weird because you had a couple of games there where it looked like the running game was starting to trend. Mm-hmm. It was starting to move in the right direction, especially late in the game. And then you go on the road, and kudos to this team's resiliency, but this looked exactly like week 1. Mm-hmm. Exactly like week 1.
Yes, it did. What's up, Herb?
Hey, you guys.
But, Missouri has a good defensive line. South Carolina has a very good defensive line. So it's not like these scrubs are keeping us from running the ball. These are good defensive lines that we're not attacking in the right places. We don't have the horses up front, apparently.
Yeah, well, and it's not going to get any easier. That's the thing. You've got LSU, who is probably, outside of, obviously, we're taking Eastern Illinois out of the equation here, is probably the weakest defensive front.
And they're going to have weeks back. They'll have weeks back for that game.
Yeah.
Use their heart and soul, their defense.
Which is fine. We'll preview that a little more next week. I like Whit Weeks. I think he's a great story. He's not near the top in terms of linebackers in the SEC, man.
But he's the key for that team. That defense needs him on the field. You can see he's missed the last 2 games. Have gotten run through.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad, this is, I talked about this earlier this week in a video. Yeah, man, he just kind of falls forward. It reminds me a lot of Bo Scarborough. Bo Scarborough was really bad about the minute he got touched, he would just fall forward. And Jam doesn't have the size excuse that Bo did. And so it kind of makes me, it's frustrating to watch, man. It's alarming, especially considering what Alabama's got coming up. So I just kind of wonder at this point in time, does Alabama start taking more shots in the air? You've got right now the best quarterback in the country. Do you start taking more shots in the air on first down with Ty Simpson and just let him air it out, pad his stats a little bit more? What do you do? What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, man?
What's up, Jonathan?
Let's see what Lance says. Chat, tell me what the problem is. Tell me how to fix it. I want to hear from you. O-line had a problem for a couple of reasons. Just playing better guys.
They need, and another thing is all these rotating linemen out. Like that's enough of that. Jaden Roberts is a road grader at right guard.
Sure.
Put him in the game and let's ride out. Put 64 at right tackle and let's ride out. Like all this, hell, that Tennessee game, 56 started at left guard. Dewberry started there every game.
It's been crazy, man.
And then the first play, Vandermark's on his back. I don't understand it. Yes.
What are we even doing?
The answer to that question is always yes.
Yeah, man. Oh, yes. Put your pants back on.
Put your pants back on.
What are you doing?
I know Herb likes to listen to podcasts with no pants on, but
yeah. Listen, if you want strippers on the show, we need more members.
You got to go to Herb and Raj on Saturday night if you want. Yeah. The Herb and Raj show if you want, or whenever they're.
I feel like I'm going to tune into Herb and Raj one night and just be like, I don't think I can associate with them anymore. Sorry, guys, I got to block you.
Who's Destiny? Oh, is she a guest host? Oh, whoops.
Anyway, so there's a lot of frustration around Alabama's run game. However, discussing the South Carolina game, 2024 team in that situation would have lost that game. Week 1's team in that situation did lose that game. It says something about Alabama's.
I'm sorry, Lance is killing me. He's not wrong, but it's still killing me.
I saw you laugh and I looked at the chat and I can't.
Usually if you see me break down, immediately look for something Lance or J Bake said.
It's always Lance.
Where's J Bake?
What was I saying? This is a professional show, Lance.
We're talking about
where's J Bake? Is he? Oh, never mind. I know where J Bake.
We're talking about South Carolina. They're still talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
South Carolina game.
But it means something. It says something that the team found a way to win this game. Also that the coaches put them in a position to win this game. The captains on this team, man, were phenomenal at the end. There's nothing better than watching a student section move down to rush the field and then have to go straight to the end.
That is the greatest thing I've seen this year. All the good stuff we've seen from the football team, but all those losers that crowded down there to go run on the field, having to slowly file their loser self back out of there while all the Bama fans are waving bye to them from up in the Bama section. There's a great video that Damo shot of that.
Absolutely.
Old man wanting to fight somebody, and it's like, beat it. Like, just beat it, dude. You lost. Scram.
He's just yelling, happy homecoming.
Yeah, happy homecoming. And he's like waving bye to him. And they're like, you come down here, you get your ass kicked, And he's like, whatever, man. Bye.
It's hilarious. It's funny that, first of all, the disrespect for South Carolina to schedule Alabama during their homecoming. And then secondly, like they got so close, man. They were so close. And
you almost had me? You remember that in Fast and the Furious where he goes, you almost had me? You never had me. You never had your car. That's how I feel like about South Carolina. Like, you never had your car. Yeah. I agree with Brad on this. Yeah. This could be something that there's not consistent. That's why we need to stop just trying to beat the dead horse. Like, attack somewhere else. There's other running plays.
I saw an interview that Grubb did today, and he kind of hinted at, the team kind of panicked a little bit. It was one of those games where everything goes against Alabama. Mm-hmm. They started to panic a little bit, and he even alluded to the fact that he kind of did too for a minute, and I think that reflected a little bit in his play calling. So, he's like, we kind of got to gather ourselves. You can't let what happened on the last series impact this series. Mm-hmm. That bleeds down into the team, and it it did certainly. But I'm with you, Jeff. It just feels like he's just so stubborn about running up the daggum middle, like you said, that A gap. And it's just kind of like, come on, man.
For those of you in the chat, does this name mean anything? Dave Rader. Does anybody remember that name in the chat? Okay.
I do not.
That was Mike Shula's offensive coordinator. That year that we just ran Darby up the middle was basically our whole playbook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was that 2006? Yeah, I believe that was 06. The jumbo package year where Darby had like 1,200 yards and 0 touchdowns because Shula took him out of the goal line. But that whole year was like Darby up the middle, the Dave Rader offense. And I'm not saying that's what this offense is, but this wasting downs with the same running play that doesn't work is infuriating.
Jeff,
true, Herb.
On the other side, the defense. Alabama's defense is as advertised so far. I know a lot of you guys don't like that bend don't break defense, but in the red zone, Alabama's defense was absolutely dominant in that game. And then obviously they come through when you need them to. Deontay Lawson gets the strip. The best part about that is him like trying to get Tim Keenan to realize he's laying on a fumble,
just quietly poking the ball up under there.
Hey,
but you know that the defense, that last touchdown they only gave up because they just come off the field and then we muffed the punt and South Carolina went right back on the field. And credit to them, they do what you're supposed to do off a play like that. They went Sellers on a straight run. That's attack a tired defense with a fast athletic quarterback. And credit to them, that's what they did, and they ran it right in. But that wasn't a methodical drive.
But of course, Shula was going to call, an A+ game, just like Gus Malzahn called an A+ game in week 1. The storyline.
But our defense answered the bell. Like they have answered the bell repeatedly this year. There's been a couple of tack-on TDs that have made games look a little closer than they really have been. But the defense has answered the bell many times this year.
And they're going to have to do it a couple of more times. Now, and this is way on down the road. We probably don't need to talk about this just yet, but I'm going to bring it up. I'm interested to see how they fare against Marcel Reed if we get to that point. So Marcel Reed is a completely different animal, but we'll see if that matchup happens. So
we'll have something for him too.
Okay.
We get it too.
So, Lance, this is something that I've been pretty much screaming about for the last 3 weeks. I call it the middle 8, and it's the last 4 minutes going into the half, the first 4 minutes coming out of the half. Alabama has not looked good in that window.
It's almost like they give up. Not the players, but like they almost waved the flag on those 8 minutes.
Well, since that game, that Ty, I forgot who it was against, but Ty went down with a 2-minute offense and scored right before the half and then came out and scored in the second half. Was that Vanderbilt? Either way, like since then, that middle 8 has been rough, man. It's been very rough for them.
See, and my mindset is like after that pick 6 against Tennessee, when we got the ball, first play, we should have gone for the home run or something. But it's like he's come out and go run, incomplete punt, and it's like, man, Tennessee sees the momentum back. We should have buried him right then.
It's hard too because everything was kind of going wrong. Like Ty throws. I don't know, man. That one play where he missed Ryan Williams, I don't know what you do differently on that play. Ty threw the ball really late. Ryan Williams felt like it was running forever. I don't know how that doesn't connect for a touchdown, but that downfield game wasn't there. It hasn't really been consistent for Alabama this year either because they're kind of nickel and diming you for 5 or 6 yards.
The short game is working. The short intermediate game is working.
And that's how they're beating people. That's how they're controlling time of possession. That's why Ty's not throwing for over 400 yards a game because they're not stretching the field. They don't need to. I'm sure at some point they'll need to, and we'll see if they can. But I would like to see more of that because I feel like that might help open up the run a little bit.
We just can't seem to get it, but it's there. But both the deep balls we've thrown, the one Ryan Williams dropped against Georgia, that was there. Yeah. The one that the guy recovered for South Carolina and jumped and tipped it the last second to Bernard, that would have been Bernard. That was there.
Yeah, that was a
Ty overthrew Bernard on that one pass. He would have walked backwards in the end zone.
And then he overthrew wide open Ryan Williams.
So that's 4 right there. And then he had about 5 or 6 drops in that South Carolina game too. So, there was a lot of things that were working against us in that game. So the fact we won that game is kudos. But yes, the running game is going to catch up to us at some point. We're going to run into a team that if we only run for 37 yards on 25 carries, we're going to lose.
Yeah. Hopefully it's in the playoffs. So,
I'd rather lose before and then get in the playoffs.
But let's not harp too negatively on everything.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be a little optimistic too. That was a crazy 5-game stretch for Alabama, right? Extremely insane. They break records, beating 4 ranked teams in a row. No other SEC team has ever done that without a break.
Insane.
And they buy themselves a little bit of flexibility in a sense that we don't want Alabama to lose, this last fourth of the season, but they can comfortably lose one more.
Mm-hmm. It might almost benefit us if we lose one and don't have to play the SEC championship game.
Chad, how do you feel about playing in the SEC championship game? I'm on the side of the fence where I don't care about it anymore. It's not as meaningful as it used to be.
I want no part
I don't
of
want
it.
to play in that game.
No, I want no part of it.
Other than
it's completely unnecessary.
A bye week.
Other than hanging a banner in the football complex and saying, hey, we're the SEC champs. But other than that, there's no benefit. Nothing to gain, everything to lose.
Yeah.
Ask Georgia last year. You think it'd affect us if Ty got hurt in the SEC championship game? You think that would kind of affect the team, affect our shot in the playoff if Ty went down for the season in the SEC championship game?
Maybe, but
yeah, I would say yes.
I actually trust Alabama's backups at quarterback, so maybe not the best example.
I would not be fine with our backups leading us in the playoff stretch.
I would be okay with
concerned.
I mean, I wouldn't be comfortable with it, but I would have some confidence that we'd be okay. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my rear end. I don't know.
No, I mean, we've got talent there, but that's a tough spot to put anybody in.
Sure. In other news, I'm gonna change gears here really quick. Jeff, did you hear about the monkeys?
Not until you shared that story with me.
Well, here you go. I'm bringing it up on the screen.
Jesus.
Here for everybody to see.
I can't.
Guys, it's Halloween week. We get it. A couple days ago, a wreck occurred on I-59 near mile marker 117. This is per the Jasper County Sheriff's Department in Mississippi. A truck carrying rhesus monkeys from Tulane University. They were actually on their way to Florida. Crashed. And the monkeys, which are approximately 40 pounds and aggressive to humans, require PPE. For those of you who don't know, that is personal protective equipment to handle. The monkeys carried hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. This was too good of a story not to talk about, man. What happened? Somebody in the chat, how does this happen? Can you say CIA? Seriously, first of all, why do the monkeys have STIs and COVID? Right? Why are they aggressive to humans? There we go. It's the plot of the movie Outbreak. It was compelling enough that I was like, we got to bring it in and put it on and talk about it because something's not right. Something doesn't make sense. Why are they transporting these monkeys to Florida? What's going on? Jeff, I know you got thoughts on this.
No.
Come on, man.
I don't understand why they're infecting monkeys with a bunch of diseases. That doesn't seem very fair to the monkeys. I
love how uncomfortable you are right now. You're like, I don't know what to say about this.
I don't know what to say,
man. Can we please?
That picture freaked me out. I'll be seeing that in my sleep.
What this?
No, I'm not looking again. I'll just believe that you're showing it again.
Do you have a monkey fear? Do you have a phobia of monkeys?
Everyone should.
Were you watching the Oprah episode of the chimpanzee lady? Is that what happened?
No, never.
Monkeys. All I know, folks, if you're on I-59 and you see a rhesus monkey, you're allowed to shoot it. So have fun.
Yeah, I'm sure the monkeys are ticked. They're going to start throwing their feces at somebody. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, okay, let's go back to sports news. In other sports
Lance,
news.
I need you to get us back straight here.
Yeah. In other sports news, guys, it has been a wild, wild, wild week of college football for one reason only, and that is because of the coaching carousel of doom.
Doom
has claimed another victim this week.
We ring the gong for every coach that gets fired.
LSU head coach Brian Kelly joins, these aren't the only three, but joins Billy Napier and James Franklin, as well as countless others down the road in losing their jobs. And the coach, go ahead, Jeff. The
I'm just shaking my head. They're losing their jobs.
It begins, and I think out of all these schools, first of all, LSU's the best job that's open. There's been a lot of debate about this, but it's LSU and then Florida. But I think in terms of who's doomed the most in hiring their head coach, with how messy it is in the state of Louisiana right now, it's LSU. Have you been keeping up with the governor of Louisiana and everything that's going on with this?
Well, he fired the AD a little while ago.
I know. I was like, well, we're going to talk about that tonight. So basically, the governor of Louisiana is pissed. He is mad. He is upset, and he is worried that the citizens of the great state of Louisiana are going to have to foot the bill for Kelly's buyout. Probably not the case, if we're being honest. But I can understand the concern. So he goes on Pat McAfee today and clarifies his issue, his concern. Ryan Clark on his show goes on a complete political rant about it. This has nothing to do with politics. Here, we're not going to get into the political aspect of this, but Landry, the governor of Louisiana, pretty much says that there's going to be a committee to hire because they don't want LSU to fall into the same trap that they fell into with Brian Kelly in the first place. LSU's AD has been responsible for a couple of really bad deals with coaches. Wasn't he responsible for Jimbo Fisher's deal? Yeah. So they're going to part ways with him, or it's expected that they're going to part ways with him. But keeping that in mind, that they're not going to be able to cut a deal like they cut with Brian Kelly. Realistically, Jeff, who does LSU turn to, man?
I think they're going to hire Joe Brady.
I agree.
I think that's where they're going to go.
I agree.
That's my.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Now I know Lance, preach. I'm about to go on a tangent, dude. I have a huge problem with what's happening in the coaching realm of college football right now.
Preach.
And you can probably blame Nick Saban for some of this, but dude, these extensions like Cignetti, it's not going to work today. Yeah. Cignetti getting the extension he just got is absolutely insane. I understand that you want to try to keep him from getting poached to another school, but dude, some of these schools are paying these coaches astronomical amounts of money for no reason.
For being terrible.
Absolutely no reason. It's crazy to me. And we're just allowing it to happen, man. It's like, okay, it's fine. And then you look at who's the driving force behind a lot of this, and it's Jimmy Sexton, right? And dude, there has to be some kind of guardrail there too, because it is not okay for him to represent all of these different people and then leverage them. Like, poor Lane Kiffin's a puppet right now. First of all, Lane Kiffin's not going anywhere. He's going to be at Ole Miss, but he's being used.
Absolutely agree.
He is being used to garner better contracts for himself and everybody else. And it's all because of Jimmy Sexton, man. And I have a huge problem with it. It's unethical.
Yes. Agreed.
And dude, it's bleeding down into the sport. We're paying head coaches ridiculous amounts of money, and they don't deserve it. I love Kalen DeBoer. Absolutely love and appreciate Kalen DeBoer. But he, in my mind, has not earned his salary.
Not yet.
What's Bama paying him? $11 million a year?
Is that what
Something
it
like
is?
that? I think so.
Jay
Chat,
Bake's
am I right?
dead right. Jay Bake, you right. And who do you think planted the Sark to Titans rumors?
Yeah, well, apparently that was Sark's wife that started that. Yeah, so there may be some. There
At
may
the
be
order of Mr. Sexton.
possibly.
You break this. This will be too obvious if I do it or Steve does it. You break this.
Sure.
You bring this up. And I'll leverage that into a big-time extension for you and all the rest of my clients.
Right.
Hey, Alabama called Mike Norvell. Florida State gave him a 10-year extension. And what are they, 5-12 since they gave him that extension or whatever their record is?
Man. Exactly.
Sexton's playing these guys like fiddles, and they're falling for it. They're just falling right into it. And these guys are getting recycled. These recycled coaches show back up, and they're all with these monstrous buyouts. It's ridiculous.
Dude, that's the other part of this. That's why I call it the coaching carousel of doom, because it's the same damn people, man.
Yeah.
It's the same
recycling all the same ones.
Being recycled. That I have a lot of respect for what Greg Byrne did. And I said this in a video. I'm sure Nick Saban had a hand in it, in thinking outside of the box and going and getting a guy like Kalen DeBoer, somebody that none of us really knew existed before the coaching search opened up at Alabama. And I think it's gonna pay off for the Tide. Do I think he deserves $11 million a year right now? No, he has done absolutely nothing other than make it to a national championship game to show me that he deserves that kind of money. But I get so frustrated watching these Florida fans and these LSU fans because they're just going through the same motions, man. Let's Lane Kiffin. Let's go get.
It's all Lane Kiffin. Every job, Lane Kiffin. Everybody jumps to Lane Kiffin. Even Bam Nation jumped to. The first name we all wanted was Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, dude, exactly, Lance. Nebraska extended rule. That's because his name started getting floated around.
Bingo. Who's his agent? I bet they're in the same boat with Sexton if it's not Sexton.
Yeah, it's because his name started getting around. Now, Indiana did it with Cignetti immediately. And I get it. Indiana looks like a competitor this year, but they were all hyped last year.
Cotton, what's funny about this is they give these coaches these massive buyout contracts like that's going to prevent somebody from hiring them. Okay? If School A wants to hire School B's coach, they're going to hire him regardless of his buyout. They are going to hire him. So this notion that these buyouts are getting put in to steer coaches away from taking other jobs or whatever, that doesn't work. They just buy them out. That is what it is. If Notre Dame wants so-and-so Lane Kiffin to be their coach, they don't give a damn what his buyout is. He will be their coach if he wants the job.
No. And that's why, I've got to tip my hat no matter where you stand politically, I don't care. But I've got to tip my hat to the governor of Louisiana for being concerned with what you're talking about.
Did you already put this one up?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Put it back up. It's a good comment. But I got to tip my hat for him being concerned about the financial aspect.
I love that he said it out loud.
Yeah.
Everybody was thinking it. I love that he said, hey, we're concerned about the taxpayers footing this guy's bill if he sucks.
Yeah, I'm not going to allow this AD to do the same thing again.
Bingo.
Because
Kudos to that guy.
Yeah, he's got to protect his constituents. Guys, these are, yes, I understand that their salaries they're not paid for out of tax money, right? There's a few different ways that those get paid for, but ultimately they are state employees. A head coach at a state-run school is a state employee. Dude, and we're talking just asinine amounts of money.
Yes.
Yeah, they are, J-Bay.
They may not come directly from the taxpayers, but if you go up levels, they comes from the taxpayers in some way. Maybe not directly, but indirectly. If you drill deep enough, the money comes from the taxpayers. Whether it goes here, and then to the coach.
Yeah. No,
Dave Aranda, that's a good point,
man. Aranda's kind of crap.
Well, they didn't really. They passed on him when they hired Kelly, didn't they?
Yeah.
But they may circle back. Whoever hires
You're
LSU
welcome.
hires going to hire Coach O for their defensive line coach. I wish we would hire him.
Why don't you go get Coach O again? And we need to ask Joy about that. Well, what was the issue there? I get it. He, after Burrow left, he kind of crapped the bed, but
he didn't recruit like you have to. This is per my buddy I work with. That's a big LSU guy. That at the level you have to, if you want to maintain that level, that level of standard. He won the ring, kind of settled in his ways, and just, and Nick Saban wasn't slowing down a bit. And that needs to be a next graphic you do, Cotton, is how many coaches Saban got fired in his 17 years.
Oh, dude, it was a lot. I think it's like in the 20s. I'm almost positive. Me and John.
He's still getting coaches fired.
Yeah.
And he's been retired for 2 years, and they're still firing coaches because nobody can do what he did.
Hitting on boosters' wives. Truth.
He's ruined it for everyone because everybody thinks the new coach should be competing for a title in year 2. And that's not realistic, despite what DeBoer's doing in year 2. But that's not really realistic. But everybody thinks so.
Well, where do those expectations come from, Jeff?
Your asshole.
No, Nick Saban. That's where they come from.
Yeah,
that's where they're coming
from. Nick Saban.
That's why there's the expectation on these 5-star kids to come in and be superstars immediately. It's because of what Nick Saban did at Alabama. It's because of what Tua did coming into the national championship game. But it's because of those kind of stories.
Yes, but what's funny about that is that that's not the way Saban did it. He built the roster up. It wasn't until the end where stuff started. But you rarely saw a bunch of freshmen running around out there. Now, in 17's an exception because there was a bunch of guys that contributed in that Georgia game. They were all freshmen. But usually it was a process. Special teams, into your depth chart, into the rotation. That's how it worked.
Yeah. But the pressure to win a national championship that Nick Saban created on the head coaches is what leads to them going and getting a 5-star quarterback and immediately wanting to throw them into the fire.
And they have to. They don't have the time. They don't have 3 years to. Well, Hugh does somehow, but
not now with the transfer portal because if you don't, the kid's going to leave because they want to play, whether they're ready or not. But I had respect for Billy Napier in the sense that he talked heavily about you can destroy a kid's confidence by doing that.
Yeah.
And
what's up, Randy?
He's not wrong. What's up, Randy? How you doing, man?
What's up, Randy? Good to see you, buddy.
I have a lot, and so I just the whole thing's a mess. But in terms of LSU, who do I think is going to end up being the head coach? I'm with you, man. I'm with you. So
I think he's the OC for the Bills right now. I think Brady's the OC for the Bills right now, but I think
I think all the names that are floating around right now it's wishful thinking. We did the same thing when Nick Saban retired. Alabama.
Oh my gosh, that was
threw all kinds of names out there: Dan Lanning, Mike Norvell, Lane Kiffin. It's wishful thinking, and I think Joe Brady's the guy.
Yeah,
I know Joy won't be happy with that. I posted that and she immediately just said no. So I was like, okay.
She will be on the show next Thursday in that game. We'll see if they don't have a coach by then, we'll see where she thinks they're going to go.
I think
Cat
Summerall maybe, but I think Summerall wants the Auburn job. I think they're kind of waiting and seeing what's going on there. Also, somebody to keep in mind is Rhett Lashley. I think that if we should have right here in the graveyard, we should have a photo of Hugh Freeze with 1 foot in the grave because he's close to joining these folks on the screen. But Rhett Lashley is a name to watch for if that happens as well. Now on the other end, Florida. Now who do you think Florida targets?
Ooh. Urban Meyer. I'm kidding.
I don't know if Urban Meyer doesn't have heart for Florida.
Randy might can add something to this in the chat. Is Glenn Schumann going to be his name going to be kicked around anywhere?
It will. It will.
Our friend Ruben Foster in the chat would definitely agree with that.
No, man, he's backed off of Schumann, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's backed off of Schumann a good bit. So
that's true, Randy. That's the hot seat game, Kentucky Auburn. Loser of that game's getting fired. Probably the winner of that game's getting fired too.
It'll just be in a couple of weeks.
Be later.
Yeah. I'll tell you this: at this point, if Hugh Freeze loses the Iron Bowl, he's gone. He's gone. There's too much external pressure, man.
If let's say hypothetically, because Auburn's schedule is not that tough. I think that Vanderbilt's their toughest game before.
It's pretty favorable from here on out.
Before Alabama.
Yeah.
So if we go into that Iron Bowl game and we win on like a 4th and 31 play, does Hugh get fired if it's a game like that, or if we go in there like 2011 and beat them 46-11 and just run them out? Does he
any other year? Realistically, I would say yes, but Auburn is so in debt to former coaches, and then to compete with the jobs that are open right now. Is Auburn a better job than LSU? Is it a better job than Florida? You know, you've got Penn State open right now, Kentucky. Who else is
Brian
open?
Kelly's prime for that Penn State job.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think that's why he was caught at the restaurant enjoying a nice lunch the next day. He knows he's got a job.
He ate lunch and went to the airport and got on a plane. That's what happened that day.
Yeah. I think. I don't know if they pull the trigger. I think they maybe give him one more year to see what the landscape looks like. It's just going to be so competitive to go get a good coach. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, there's a guy down in Florida that if one of these big schools would pay attention, I think would be really, really good, and that's Alex Galesh.
That's who I predicted last year to get the Florida job whenever Napier got fired.
I did too. I think if Florida doesn't give him a fair shake, they're screwing themselves. But
I think he's the one for Florida. I think that's just my opinion.
Not yet. Yeah, Schumann's phone's not ringing like that just yet, Randy. But clearly a spot.
It may be.
All right. So yes, the coaching carousel of doom continues. It's going to get pretty.
Lanning's not going anywhere either. I think we said that earlier. Lanning, I think.
Oh, dude, people need to shut up about that, dude. Yeah. He's got a gravy job. He's got all the money he needs. Why would he go anywhere? It doesn't make any sense, man.
That's how I feel about Lane Kiffin. Why would he leave Ole Miss unless
dude? The thing is if Lane Kiffin goes to LSU and they're not competing for a national championship in year 2, year 3, there's going to be immediate pressure on him, right? Yes, we were just talking about about
ripping about that, Randy. Yes.
Yeah. But then if Lane Kiffin goes to Florida, same thing. If he's not competing for a national championship
in 2 years,
in 2 to 3, he doesn't have to be competing for a national championship at Ole Miss. He's going to this season. He's probably going to make the playoff. But even if he doesn't, he's close, right? The expectation isn't for them to win a national championship at Ole Miss. The expectation is to play in the postseason,
just to be in the conversation.
Do what?
I said their expectation is just to be in the conversation. They're fine with that.
And Kiffin's doing a great job.
That's exactly what he's doing.
And so he doesn't have that pressure. It doesn't make any sense. I get it. His wife is a Florida grad. Well, I don't know that he's even.
Would Auburn hire James Franklin?
I wish they would.
Somebody's going to hire him somewhere, whether it's like Arkansas or
Virginia Tech.
Yeah, like Randy said, Virginia Tech. Somebody's hiring him.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. Somebody's hiring him somewhere.
But again, my biggest issue with these schools is not getting out of the carousel to go make your hire. Mm-hmm. Right. Steven, I would not be worried about James Franklin at Auburn, man.
Tobias had a great point earlier, Cotton, where he said, just hire a coordinator and put the money towards the roster.
Sure. I mean, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Oh man, we've talked about that a little longer than I expected to. Hey guys, it's a slow night. Yeah. I guess everybody's watching the Dolphins game, doing different things, getting ready for the big spooky night tomorrow night. But if you're new here, please like and subscribe. There's 82 of you watching on X. I would assume the majority of you aren't subscribed over on
Please
YouTube.
Go subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, please.
Leave a big, if you're watching this after the fact, leave a big thumbs up on the video. Comment your favorite Halloween candy down in the chat. I'd be interested to hear it.
Yeah. Jeff, good question, Caleb. Oh, sorry. I was answering Caleb's question.
Oh, what did he ask?
I think Jalen Hale is gone. Yes.
Yeah, probably.
It pains me to say that, but I think with the guys coming in, I just don't think that there's going to be a spot for him, unfortunately.
Probably.
He's a good player. He's a hell of a player.
Probably.
It's unfortunate what happened to him. There you go. Scott Cochran for $4 million.
Well,
throw the rest of the roster.
I love J Bake, man. I love J Bake. Hey, just some recruiting updates before we go into picks really quick. I know you guys love some recruiting. There's not a lot going on. Alabama defensive lineman Nolan Wilson will take a visit to Auburn this weekend for their 7:30 home matchup against Kentucky. What I'm hearing, that's nothing to kind of freak out about yet. We'll see. Nolan Wilson is a guy that Alabama absolutely must have. That defensive line class needs to be pretty strong this year. However, there is some fluttering going on about a couple of other guys that Bama's shooting after, as well as flipping a potential 5-star. I'm not ready to just jump on that yet. I want to confirm it a little more concrete. So just be on the lookout for shorts and things like that. We'll let you know when we know more. So we need a portal linebacker. Yes, we do, Lance.
Yes, we do, Lance.
That's 100% right. And we'll talk more about that as the season starts to wrap up, man. And so, all right, it is time to do some picks. Jeff, because we're not doing hot takes tonight because it is our Spooktacular episode, picks will be our hot take. Are you ready?
We are.
We are ready. Bring on the hot takes. Yeah, man.
I love it.
All right. Let's pick some college football games this weekend. Obviously, Alabama is on a bye week. Chris is in the Congo. I can't tell you why, but he is not putting together our lines. And Jeff and I do enough production stuff for this show. So you're just going to get straight up picks. We're not going to be picking against the spread and stuff like that today. So, all right, we'll pick a few of these. You've got a Big Ten matchup. The Penn State Nittany Lions will go take on the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes. That's going to be an 11 o'clock kickoff. I don't know what the line is there, but that could be a tricky game for Ohio State.
Could be, but I don't think Ohio State loses that game or even comes close. I think they beat them by 3 touchdowns.
What are you seeing from Ohio State that makes you think that they're that good?
It's not so much what I'm seeing from them. I think Penn State's wash out. Their quarterback situation's a nightmare. They don't have any real elite talent that I can, unless I've just missed it. But, Ohio State's just got NFL players everywhere. They haven't played, what's the word I'm looking for? They haven't played every game like 2020 Alabama, I should compare.
Sure.
They've had their biggest win is Texas, 14-7. Texas is a 4-loss team. So I think it's just, it's almost like they're just sleepwalking through this small 10 season. And then when they get in the playoffs, they just have better players. And, you saw it last year. They lost 2 games, lost to Michigan, didn't care, got in the playoffs, and they never were challenged.
Yeah. I think either Indiana or we're right about either Indiana or Ohio State. I don't know who it is yet. Obviously, they're on a crash course to play each other in the Big Ten championship. So we'll find out. But right now, obviously, the safe pick will be Ohio State. I'll take
that. Will be Indiana's first game against a ranked opponent since Oregon.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All righty. The Vanderbilt Commodores, the top 10, number 9 Vanderbilt Commodores, still weird to say, will take on the number 20 Texas Longhorns at Texas. This too will be an early game. We get a good slate early in the morning this Saturday. Diego Pavia, the legend, he's starting to get Heisman love. There's a part of me that wishes they would lose this game just so people would shut up. But I also don't want to do any damage to Alabama's strength of record. So give me Diego Pavia.
On the road. Is Arch playing?
We don't know. We know that he was in concussion protocol at the beginning of the week. They're keeping that pretty quiet.
Man, I cannot believe Texas would lose that game at home. It's a tough place to play. I think I'm going to go Texas here. I think Vanderbilt slips up on the road here. I just can't bring myself to pick Vandy on the road here.
Now, I feel like if they lose this Texas game, this would be enough to take them out of playoff consideration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? Two losses to Texas.
Two SEC losses, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Chat's agreeing with you, Texas. I'm just going to go with Vandy because they're the sexy pick right now. So I'm going to stick with that.
Where's Clark Lee going to be next year?
Vanderbilt. Florida.
Dude, if he's at Vanderbilt, it won't be for long.
How funny would it be?
He needs to go now. Well, he needs to strike while the iron's hot.
How funny would it be if Penn State went and got him?
That would be hilarious. And then Vandy hired James Franklin back. They just basically traded coaches.
Carousel of doom.
Carousel, baby. It's all the big recycle. That's what we're going to call it, the big recycle.
I love it. All right. Now, a game that I think is a little more interesting than anybody's willing to talk about. Another good morning game, 11 a.m. You've got the number 10 Miami Hurricanes headed over to Texas to take on the SMU Mustangs. Obviously, Miami's favored here. You don't know what depends on which version of Carson Beck you get. I think SMU could pull this one off, man. I think this is my if I had to pick an upset this weekend, this would be the one I'd pick. But in saying that, I'm going to go with Miami. That pass rush is legitimate. That defense is legitimate. I'm going to go with Miami.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I can't pick against the U, despite Carson Beck.
He's like, I want to, but
I'd love to. I mean, you saw the real Carson Beck in their last game against Louisville.
Sure.
Exactly who Cotton has said he was for 2 years. You got a perfect 4K display of that.
Absolutely. All right, a couple more. Let's pick 2:30 games. We've got number 2 Indiana going over to take on Maryland. Indiana heavy favorite in this game. I know their schedule's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta think they're gonna slip up at some point in time. Honestly, I feel like if we want Ty Simpson, the Heisman chance to stay alive, we need Indiana to slip up at some point in time, just because the media that backs Heisman candidates, they don't care about level of competition. This is why the Big 12 had so many Heisman Trophy winners, why Lincoln Riley had so many Heisman Trophy winners.
All numbers.
Yeah, it's just the numbers. And
look at numbers.
I want Maryland to win this game. Just also because Ohio State fans and Indiana fans have been incredibly insecure on social media this week. I don't know why. You post something about Bama and here they come. I'm like, Indiana fans are like, yeah, but Alabama lost to Florida State. I'm like, great. That's why we're ranked behind you. What do you want?
What more do you want?
Yeah,
right. We're ranked below you.
I don't know. But yeah, give me the Terrapins. Now I've heard some rumors that Loxley might be out of there on his way to the NFL.
You said you're taking Maryland over Indiana?
No, give me Indiana. I might have said
give me the Terrapins.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. No,
okay. I was about to say, what?
Sorry. It's because I was looking at the graphic.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm taking Indiana too.
Yeah, give me Indiana. My bad. Ooh, I scared myself. Spooky.
Yeah, that's spooky season.
2:30 game, formerly but still known as the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. I don't know. Played over in Jacksonville. The number 5 Georgia Bulldogs will take on the Florida Gators without Billy Napier. I got a feeling coming off a bye week here, Kirby Smart's about to have these boys primed to make a run here late in the season. They're going to be able to fix a lot of things, specifically their pass rush. Give me Georgia big in this one. Real big.
I think Georgia dog walks them.
Yeah, I do too.
Just back to, hang on, but before we proceed, back to the Indiana game.
Yeah.
Steven in the chat had a great point here. He says, I didn't think Mendoza has the stats he doesn't have a Heisman moment. Like, what Heisman moment would Mendoza have?
Well, keep in mind, a Heisman moment's not it's not real criteria. Travis Hunter never had a Heisman moment either.
That's true.
And so, I mean, he was just clearly the best player in college football, at least.
Yeah. But you could have made an argument. Mendoza's not clearly the best player. So
I know. But
you got to have a moment, right?
But, I mean, sure, the moment helps separate it.
True.
But typically you would think that the Heisman Trophy takes care of itself, but it really is based off of who the media pushes, the narrative that they push. And to me, it doesn't have the same oomph that it used to have. I don't know. I would love to have another one. But
I mean, it looks cool for recruiting. Looks good in the football complex. You know, to just have another notch of a trophy, but it doesn't. I don't lose sleep over it. After 2018, after Tua got robbed in 2018, I was like, they've already decided.
Yeah. Stephen, I agree with you. I agree with you. You know, Bryce Young had his Heisman moment. Everybody has a Heisman moment, or not everybody, but it's not a criteria, you know, if
really talking point,
play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, and he goes on a 2-minute drive to go up or put them in field goal range. Is that a Heisman Trophy moment? Is what Mac Jones is what Ty Simpson just did at South Carolina a Heisman Trophy moment? It's subjective, man. So,
Cat's right. Smitty's moment was that snag, that catch at LSU. That was ridiculous, right in front of his dad.
All right, so we're picking Florida to beat Georgia. Let's pick.
No, I picked Georgia to dog walk Florida.
Dude,
what are you talking about?
It's because of how the graphics are on my screen. I'm reading it backwards. I'm sorry, but yes, I'm with you. Sorry.
Yes, Lance is right. Pavia thinks every place is a Heisman moment.
Yeah. So, all right. South Carolina at Ole Miss. This is a night game at Ole Miss, 6 p.m. kickoff. I think this one's interesting. I think this could Trinidad Chambliss, it looks really good right now. He didn't look great at the beginning of the season. Ole Miss didn't even know who their quarterback was. But the way Lenore Sellers played Saturday, South Carolina can build off of that performance. They really, really can. And this is a different team with the majority of that offensive line back that they got back for the Alabama game. I'm going to pick an upset here. I may look like an idiot, but I'm picking South Carolina in this game.
You will be on your own on that one. I'm taking Ole Miss at home.
All right, cool.
But now if South Carolina went in and won that game, I wouldn't be like sitting here with my jaw hanging open. It would just be like, well, that's the SEC. Yes, Marcel Reed is a beast. That guy
he
took LSU's soul and set it on fire Saturday in that second half. He was destroyed what was left of LSU.
All right, last game. Alabama will play Oklahoma in a little over 2 weeks. They played Tennessee a little over 2 weeks ago. Number 18 Oklahoma goes to Knoxville. Night game at Tennessee. This will be their Halloween game where they wear the black uniforms. Give me the Vols here. Joey Aguilar isn't getting enough love. That dude's a good quarterback. I know we hate Tennessee, but that dude's legitimately a really good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
Tennessee's got a really good, really, really good pass rush. I think Tennessee exposes that defense here.
Agreed. Best thing that happened in Tennessee was Nico transferring and Joey transferring in. That
100%,
saved
man.
their season.
100%. I'm with you. I think Tennessee builds off of what happens the rest of this season, and they're going to be good years to come. I got Brandon Frazier coming in, I think. So
and anyway, I don't trust Mateer in tight spots to make clutch throws. He hasn't shown me that he can do that yet, and
I don't either.
That's a tough place to go win, even though we did it a lot. That's a tough place to go win a game.
Sure, especially at night on Halloween weekend. So that's
You're gonna hear that stupid song 17 bajillion times.
I know, dude. It's frustrating. Oh. All right, folks, that'll do it. I'm gonna go finish watching this Ravens game and get ready to steal candy from kids tomorrow. Jeff, how are you celebrating?
We're going trick or treat tomorrow. When I get off here, I'm gonna go pick back up my Breaking Bad rewatch. I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, so
That's fair. I rewatched that a couple months ago. So
this is my 4th rewatch of that show. It's unbelievable. That show's so good. Gets better every time.
Yeah, Caleb, we already talked about that a little bit. Yeah, Texas A&M
that terrifies me.
I would much rather
A&M is legit.
Play Georgia again. They're a legit team.
Texas A&M's for real.
Yeah. So, all right, folks, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope that all of you have a very, very, very happy and safe Halloween. If you don't celebrate,
yes, Kat,
you enjoy.
That show is incredible. Justified's unbelievable. Anyway,
I hope you enjoy. Are you and Kat done? I'll wait.
Yeah. I can go longer if you need me to hype Justified a little more.
Let's not. No, if you don't celebrate Halloween, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy your college football Saturday. Happy Reformation Day.
Enjoy the rest. Enjoy your soul getting a weekend off.
Yeah, for real, man. As always, you guys know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Go subscribe. Roll Tide, y'all.